Welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danique. Along with me, we have Vanessa Spinella. Now, you may know that name. You may have seen her face at Cajun Coast, but now you're going to see her in a whole different light. And that's going to be at the Morgan City Auditorium as well as Main Street. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations to you for taking on the role as Director of Main Street and Manager of Morgan City Auditorium.
Thank you. I'm excited to be a part of it.
So for so many years, I've seen you at Cajun Coast. How many years of experience, do you have under your belt from Cajun Coast?
8.5 years.
Okay, and what did you do there?
I did sales. So basically I promoted St. Mary Parish to the rest of the world.
Yes. So now you don't have to worry about the rest of the parish. You just got to worry about Morgan City.
Just Morgan City, correct.
Yes. How did you hear about the position and why did you decide to go out for it?
So I knew it was available. Sadie and I, we are acquaintances. We've worked together. And I got a phone call from a friend and said, hey, would you be interested? And I was like, no. And then they called me back. No. I called them back and I was like, yeah, I would. And okay. So I spoke to Charlie a few times and I talked to Dwayne. And then I had some things that I needed to finish up at the Cajun Coast. Of course, you know, it doesn't end.
Right.
So I helped Carrie with a couple things before I came on board, and it's been wonderful. The support, the team, everybody at City's been amazing.
Well, that's awesome to hear because you came on right at the time that Christmas was being put together, you know, and that kind of like trial by fire, they just kind of threw you out there, right? It's like, hey, this is what it's about and this is what you're doing. So because you had to kind of jump on board pretty quickly.
Right.
How was that?
November 1st. It was good, right in the middle of it, but it was exciting. You know, it's all these things need to hurry up and be done. So we sold T-shirts, you know, we got things donated. We had a brand new s'mores station, so we got a s'mores table and those things like that. We had signs and it was just amazing. But the whole team, the city, like no one said no ever, you know, and it literally took the whole village.
That's right. And that's usually what it takes.
It
takes
does.
The whole village.
And it's a great, great support system.
Did you have any help from your predecessors? Because, of course, we knew about Sadie. We knew about Beth right before that.
Yeah, Sadie's been awesome. She actually stayed on board for the Christmas committee. She's going to be chairman of the Christmas committee. And if I'm not mistaken, she's getting on the Main Street board if she's not already been appointed to the Main Street board. But she's just been a phone call away. Just amazing. In fact, all of us gathered together last week and went to Franklin to judge their Christmas light concerts with their contest with their Main Street. So that was real fun.
Awesome.
Sadie and I and Hannah and Janine went.
I would love to see that call log and how often you call her.
Ooh, it's a whole thing.
Right. Okay. Well, we're now in Christmas time, and let's kind of go back a couple of weeks when the Christmas festival, as well as the Christmas parade, and the Lawrence Park is beautiful. I mean, well lit and has all these beautiful decorations. Are you going to be ready to take on that huge undertaking, or are you going to still continue to have that team?
Oh, the whole team. You can't do it by yourself. Definitely the team. I mean, I am just so excited to be a part of it, create some new things to add to it, and get it all going and growing.
Yeah, and that seems to be kind of like the biggest thing that Main Street does. What are some other activities and events that Main Street, puts together? So
Main Street is involved in, anything related to any of the businesses downtown, the restaurants. We've had markets down there in the past. We have some things planned for the River Dock. We have some things planned for Front Street. So it's going to be amazing. I just can't let those out just yet because they're not completely planned. So, but we definitely have 3 new things in the works for 2024. So, and I'll be able to share those soon. So,
no problem. Of course, I like to always be the first to have all that information, but that's okay. But I just want to know, what was your first order of business? I mean, what did you put your hands on and say, this is what I'd like done?
The one I can't talk about.
Oh, the one you can't even talk about. Okay.
Yes, I wanted to do it for years, and it just never was the right time for us to plan it at the Cajun Coast. So now that I'm here at the city, it's something that we can run with and make it amazing for the city. So.
And speaking of Cajun Coast, I mean, like you said, you brought about 9 years of experience from there. What did you do before that?
I did accounting in the oil field, accounts payable, and then I also worked at Cypress Bayou Casino way a long time ago, when they first opened table games and stuff. So I did promotions and marketing for them, and then prior to that, I did hotel, but I just like worked at the front desk of a hotel.
Right.
That was my first job.
Okay. So you've bringing a lot of this experience into this new position. So you're pretty much utilizing all of your skills.
All of them.
Okay.
All of them,
Awesome.
yes.
All
And it's
right.
great. I'm thankful that I have all those skills, and it's just the perfect timing for me to be here.
Awesome. Well, on that note, we're going to take a short break, but come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast with yours truly. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Let's get right back into it. Vanessa Spinella, who is the manager of Morgan City Auditorium as well as the director for Main Street Historic District. Is right? All right. Let's get back into about the auditorium side.
Okay.
One of the things I would love to see more of, and I think other people would probably agree, more conferences. That space is so big and just I think underutilized. Do you think it'll be easy? Or how difficult or challenging do you think it'll be to get conferences to come in?
So it's definitely a competitive game. A lot of times they'll look for extras that your city can provide, whether it's a couple of complimentary hotel rooms, a meal, transportation, something comped in lieu of something else. But it's definitely something that we're going to look at. There's so many conferences that can be held here. State conferences are a little tricky. Some of them want to stay central in the state, and we're so far south.
Yes.
For all the members to come to. Sometimes it's challenging. Other times they do want to rotate and show off the whole state. So we definitely have a great space to work with.
And I think it'd also be a great way to really showcase what we do have here.
Correct.
Yes, we're way at the bottom,
Right.
but we have that Cajun and Creole lifestyle that you don't get a lot of other places. We have
Right.
access to water, rail, and air, and highway. Like,
Right.
show out those, tout our unique aspects that we have here in St. Mary Parish.
Right. Anything that anybody goes to locally, they could call us and go, hey, I just went to this. Do you think we could get that here? And we'll definitely look into it and, try to see what we can do to make it happen here.
Yeah. Well, I know with your background in sales, you'll probably be hitting the ground
Right.
running on those phone calls.
Yes, already am.
Yeah. Now with the auditorium, I find that you see a lot of Mardi Gras balls. They're known for the Mardi Gras balls.
Mardi Gras balls.
Quinceañeras.
Yes.
Weddings and graduations.
Yes.
What are some other things that
Dance recitals,
Okay.
community concerts,
That's true.
just local events. Sometimes people will want to have little, the Mardi Gras crews do parties.
Okay, that's
or,
true.
Bridal showers. They'll rent sometimes the smaller spaces that we have.
Okay, yeah, because that's right. Let's talk about the different spaces.
Yes.
So I'm gonna tell you, most people know. They know the theater, they know maybe the concourse,
Right.
and they know the ballroom.
Correct.
But there's also some meeting rooms that people don't know
Right.
about.
We do have the 2 concourses that can be used as meeting rooms, but above the ballroom, there are 2 smaller rooms that can be used. And we're in the process of getting those fixed up. They're great. They're always usable, but they had stuff stored in them. So we're getting those cleaned out and getting everything cleaned up, and those will be rentable again. Those would work for birthday parties or
Yes.
baby showers, wedding showers, smaller events like that.
That's right. We need to promote that.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I guarantee most people didn't know we
Right.
had those upstairs.
Right.
So they're usable and they are rentable. So
Yes.
I'm all about bringing in money, honey. That's where show me the money. But speaking of Mardi Gras, we got Mardi Gras coming up.
We do.
So that means you're gonna be pretty busy.
We're already setting up.
Yes.
Yes, we have all the Mardi Gras crews are scheduled, and we're just ready, waiting for them.
Now, something you mentioned earlier. Now, of course, while Sadie was there, they hired on an assistant. And you said there's going to be kind of a unique, I guess, dynamic that the two of you will have. You'll
Yes.
focus mostly on Main Street, and your
Correct.
assistant will handle a lot of the auditorium.
She does. She handles almost all of the bookings now. I'm just basically there if there's a problem, solve the problem. And she has some ideas to create some events. We're thinking about, scheduling a couple of those, putting them into play, and we'll be announcing those soon too.
Okay.
So we're excited about that.
Look like we did this interview at the wrong time.
I know, we needed 2 more months.
2 more months.
One
but
more
that's
month
okay.
anyway.
Well, here's your trial by fire. See how
Right.
well you do on television. Yes, no problem with that. But so far, you were like, I love this. What do you love most about this?
The people and the support. And don't get me wrong, tourism's amazing. I have a great group of family that I've met through there. But the city's a different dynamic. Everybody's excited. The administration's excited. Hannah has hopped in. She's the grant writer for the city, but she's just doing jobs that she's probably not supposed to do. And everybody's just been so welcoming. So I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that said, we're going to take another short break, but come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast. And as always, please make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22. See you shortly. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danica Long. My guest is Vanessa Spinella, who is the newest addition to the city with Morgan City Main Street. She is the director as well as the manager of Morgan City Auditorium. So one thing about Main Street, and I always think about Main Street, is Front Street, right down in Morgan City. And that area, I think, I love it because of the historic buildings, right? And just, you know, the row of buildings, and especially that it has its own like skyscape, you know, when you actually look at it and you kind of like, oh, that's, you know, it's Morgan City, especially from the bridge.
Right.
But how can we create more foot traffic? What do you think will have to happen in order to make that area a lot more walkable?
So we're hoping that we can meet with some of the building owners that don't have anything in them right now and, you know, suggest some ideas or possibly just start creating more events down there just to get that foot traffic going. And then we have some projects in the works to make the space prettier. We're thinking about doing a memorial brick project where some of that green space that's been an issue with drainage and the pretty landscape stuff that has just washed out of it.
Gotcha.
So in order to stop that from happening and it just being green that's overgrown or not pretty, we're going to try to do some memorial bricks. And then
Wait before you go, let's go back to those buildings because I'm just letting you take over a little bit, but let's go back to those buildings where you said that you want to do something with the vacant buildings. Like what exactly? What would you suggest?
You know, some of them are usable right now in the condition that they're in. We could possibly get a couple of vendors in there or, you know, see if anybody local that has items that they're selling or possibly a store from another city that's successful. Hey, would you want to do a space here?
Gotcha.
And then, you know, that way they're not locked into a whole building.
Yes, right.
And they do have some incentives in place for businesses downtown. So if anybody's interested, you know, contact us. We can see what we do. There's several spaces available down there.
Yeah.
Just if we can make it happen.
Okay. Well, that's one tidbit of information that nobody else had. You know, I like that. Give us the phone number to call in case they're interested.
380-4639.
Awesome. Okay. And then, of course, you talked about citywide cleanup. So at one time, there used to be the Cleanest City competition. Have you heard about that? And do you think we'll ever participate again?
We did. I don't know if that's still a project going on with the state, but we can definitely find out. But we do have our citywide cleanup in April that we're excited about again. We'll put together a team of volunteers and get that going. And I'm hoping that we can get some pressure washers downtown and get Main Street cleaned up a little bit. Not that it's not clean, it's beautiful. But you know, the sidewalks, just give it a little attention. And with that project coming up, it'll all look pretty when it's done.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Now, of course, you have the wharf, and I think the wharf is so nice. I mean, it's well built. It's new. Are there any plans for the wharf?
Yes, I have one that's going to happen in May.
Oh, great.
Yes.
That's the one you can't talk about.
That's the one I can't give you the name of yet, but I will soon,
well,
I promise.
I know the area where we're.
That's right.
Okay, and the overlooking the water in that space right there is very beautiful.
It's so pretty, and it's beautiful. You know, our sunsets are unmatched. The people, it's just beautiful. And St. Mary XL has been working on revitalizing that bike trail, so that'll be open again, hopefully this year, and we'll be able to bike traffic, local walkers. It's just nice to be out there in the middle of it and see it all happening.
So it seems like a lot of this is really going to open up around the springtime.
Yes.
Okay, so right now you're just kind of planning everything.
Yeah. Everything's going to happen at once.
Yeah.
But that's okay because it'll happen annually and everybody will know this is going to happen again. We can set our schedules, we can invite our friends, and we'll keep it going each year and make it bigger and better every year.
So really, this is your time to rest because once you guys get going, you're going to be going.
It's been nonstop since I got here. I made jokes. I'm like, I haven't worked this hard in a long time. Like, you know, tourism's work, but it's fun and it's not as fast.
Right.
Sometimes it's a waiting game or it's a relationship building game. So this is a little different. So it's been like, I've been busy.
Yeah.
4 o'clock gets here before you know it.
Right, right. And also too, you do, like you said, you have a team.
Yes.
And I know that there was a team with Cajun Coast, but now you really have access to a lot more people.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, again, come on back. The time is flying, girl.
No.
Just like you said, 4 o'clock. We're almost at the,
Right.
we're at the fourth segment in just a minute. So come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I'm your host, Danica. Along with me, we have Vanessa Spinella, who is the new manager of the Auditorium in Morgan City, as well as the director of Main Street Historic District. Now, I am good, y'all. I was able to prize a little bit, so I'm going to give you a little bit. So the new thing that she cannot talk about, but she's going to talk about it with us. In April, which is my birthday month, by the way.
You'll have lots to do.
Yes. So kind of give us maybe a little bit of what because you mentioned something. Of course, I hung on to that.
Right.
Sunset.
Yes. So Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays in April, we are going to have events each week.
Okay.
That begin on Wednesday. They're very community oriented. Something for people of all ages. Okay. Wednesday night, it'll kick off with a sunset. Mm-hmm. I have a name for it.
Okay.
Sunset at the View.
Okay.
Everybody loves our sunsets on the river. Mm-hmm. We'll get some of our local businesses on Front Street involved. We want our Main Street businesses to succeed and be successful. So as much as we can use them for our Main Street events, we're absolutely going to include them in those events. So
you said it's going to be with the entire family, right?
Yes.
The family involved. So
Absolutely.
you have the park right there too.
Yes. The park's beautiful. They can hang out in the park, walk down, watch the sunset, go back. These businesses will be open. They'll have access to meals, drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got it, y'all.
Sweets. We have cupcakes.
Okay. Well, I'm loving that.
Yes.
So that means, and that sounds like you're utilizing all of Morgan City, and not just on weekends. Because I will tell you, weekends people are traveling, or they already have events that they have to do, or they want to do, and they've already had it pre-planned. So having that Wednesday and Thursday, definitely will. And look, I'm so tired of people saying there's nothing to do.
And it's just a quick little thing. You come hang out after work, and then you can still go eat dinner. It's over by dark, and you can be with your families. And we're just excited about it, and it gives us some community time to hang out with each other.
Awesome. Okay, well, we got it. Cha-ching, cha-ching. That's awesome. Excuse me. But also too, biking. I will tell you, Morgan City. I've done it. It's a great place to bike. And you don't get bored. I will tell you, you don't want to see the same thing over and over. Biking in the neighborhoods, biking along some of the trails that they have, it's great. So are you on any of the, does the Main Street have anything to do with like the biking trails, the bike trails? So, I know Excel that's their thing, but do you work hand in hand with them? We
have talked to them about doing a community bike ride. We had started those with the Cajun Coast during COVID when we couldn't do anything else inside, so we did outside, and we wanted that to be kept up. And then the levee project happened, and the bike trail got uplifted, so it's coming back. They're working on getting that squared away. Not just to mention, but our city streets, like downtown's amazing to ride bikes in. So St. Mary XL has agreed to help us out with a community bike ride weekly in April as part of our new little series that we're going to kick off. So on Thursday nights, families will be able to get together after work, ride bikes downtown. You don't have to do it with everybody else. It's just going to be a public, hey, we're all riding bikes downtown this day.
I will tell you, I think COVID, if anything, it really brought out the sense of community.
It did.
I will tell you, prior to COVID, right before it, or right at the onset, I know Juneteenth, the committee, Ms. Ruby Mays, was very instrumental in getting people to ride their bikes. And then, of course, we had got the community bike ride when Cajun Coast came on. And it was something people really enjoyed doing. They really wanted to get out, and you got a chance to meet your neighbor.
Yes.
Meet the people who live across the street, or people who live across town from you. You're like, I never knew you lived over there. I didn't even know you even lived here. So I think it's
Exactly.
great that you, with Main Street, sounds like you really have a sense of community and
I
people.
love it. I love it. And you know, our park's so underutilized. We have fully seen how great it is during our Christmas festival. So I'd love to see that Thursday in April, everybody can come and, you know, ride your bike, park them, hang out in the park. Sweet and Simple's right there. Cafe JoJo's, Bay City Bistro's right there. We're going to have a new restaurant soon
Okay.
on Railroad. So we're excited about all the things happening.
You also travel a lot. Do you think through your travels you've learned some things that you want to implement here?
Absolutely. There are always great community ideas that you can pick up elsewhere. Our fire table for the Christmas festival, we got that idea through one of our tourism contacts.
Okay.
Carrie mentioned it, and then someone else mentioned it, and I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing it. And David Hannegriff, actually, through Hannegriff Machine Shop, donated and built the big fire table that we used. So.
See, just connections all around.
Right. It's been
Awesome.
amazing.
Give us the number where folks can call, and how else can they get in touch with you guys?
380-4639, and they can also follow us on Facebook with Morgan City Main Street.
Awesome.
Morgan City Auditorium also has a Facebook page.
Okay, awesome. Well, see, thank you very much for
welcome.
being here. It wasn't too bad.
Not too
All
bad.
right, see you in 2 months.
Yeah.
All right, come on back next time. Take care.